you were away for 10 years and you go to Limpopo. Like, who is in Limpopo?
My mother.
Okay, I was about to say, I thought you just went there randomly to just be like,
no,
oh. So
no,
you went to mom in Limpopo.
I went to mom.
And had you taken a conscious decision where you said, record label, I'm pausing, like, or was it just sort of happening as it was happening?
No, so I lost my house because I wasn't functioning. I wasn't functioning. Even the way I lost that house, I shouldn't have lost it, because I told my label, I need to pay my house. And they gave me like a lot of money, like in advance. They gave me like to cover all the thingies, and they got me into the studio. They tried to get me in the studio quickly, so we drop and we push, and then I recover that. You know, it was a whole plan. We had a whole discussion.
And this would have been album number 3.
Yes.
Yeah.
So so they gave me that cash to cover everything and then get back on my feet and all of that and whatever. And me, I told you I was off balance. I took that money and I went to New York. And then I was like, okay, I don't want, because I also had issues with my label at that time. They were pushing certain artists that were sort of had a similar vibe to me. And they were pushing me aside. It was a situation where I would write, because I am a songwriter. I would write and all of that, and then go deliver, you know, in a whole boardroom, and we're having a listening session, and I'd get told, you can do better, go back. And I kept doing that like 3 times, and imagine, these are 10-track demos. It's no child's play. And I'd go again, take another month or 2 months, and I'm writing and I'm trying different musicians, maybe a keyboard player here or a guitar player. My music is more guitar based, so you know, I always work with guitar players. And 2 months again, I'm doing that. We're going hard with whoever in the studio. Go back again, having a listening session. I'm told, go back again. And this time they're just releasing artists, they're releasing musicians, and I'm grabbing their CDs from their desk to jump in the car and listen to what these artists are doing. That is so, like, what am I doing? What am I missing? I jump in the car, beautiful albums, and I'm like, but this is not really different from what I'm doing. And I keep being told I can do better. So I'm getting frustrated with my label at this point, because I feel like I'm just constantly, just too much pressure on me to be on a certain level that is not human. And I take that money, instead of paying for my house and following the plan that they had for me, I go to New York. And this time I'd worked with a guy called Lee Rittner from the group Foreplay. Between the sheets, ooh baby. So he was doing the Cape Town Jazz Festival, and he says he was in his hotel room and he saw my music video, liked my music, tried to contact me, got his people to contact me and whatever. So we got to do a gig, feature him at the Jazz, and then also he featured me for his upcoming album. And then we started a good relationship, me and him, where he became sort of like a mentor. I love guitars, and he's the best guitar player in the world. So we started a relationship, and he was sort of like a mentor to me, and I told him that this is what's happening. I was telling him everything about my life. We would Skype all the time. And I said, I'm going to New York. And he said, okay, introduce me to...
Was the New York trip for you like trying to get your creative juices back?
I literally wanted to kind of relocate, and find a new label. And I was like, and I don't want to work with other people in South Africa. So I thought, go to the States. You know, I think a lot of creators have done this, even actors, where they're just like, I'm going to Hollywood, I want something bigger, you know, I want to reach bigger masses or something like that. So I go to New York and I meet, I think his name was David, I forgot. He was like an entertainment lawyer for a lot of people in the industry. Kelly Rowlands, you can name them, a lot of people in the industry overseas. He meets, because he's worked with Lee, so he meets with me for 30 minutes. He had 30 minutes slot for me. But as you can see, I'm very talkative. He ended up moving the meetings just to hang out with me, this South African girl. And we were going through music videos. I was telling him what was happening with my label back home. This is what's happening and all of that and whatever. And then he immediately had a plan for me because he knows everybody. He's an entertainment lawyer. He said, okay, it's not a matter of can I find somebody for you? It's a matter of I need to find the right person for you. Introduces me to Lady Gaga's first producer, her ex-boyfriend. Again, his name was Paul, I think. And he introduces me to him. Things move very quickly in New York. Thank God. You know, I was there 2 days, 3 days. I'm in a studio session with Paul.
Wow.
Yeah. And I walk into the studio session. So the sessions there are different from here at home, whereas I can go in tracksuits and because I'm going to sing, nobody's video, whatever. But there you come as who you are, the image, the vibe. You know, like Mary J. Blige is walking in with the fur coat and she's got that thing.
And the boots.
And the whole thing, you know. So me, I'm in tracksuits, so they can't really, you know, position me. I had locks then. And so I walk in and they loud, they've got Hennessy, it's that vibe. And very different from my studio vibe. My studio vibe is very zen and whatever. And he says to me, just sing for me. And I said, I don't audition. I'm way past that stage now. Didn't you check out my stuff to have an idea of what I do? And he was like, no, I didn't want that influencing me. So I was like, okay, you play something then we can riff off. Yeah. So he was like, okay. And they were like, okay. You know, because I was like, no, we're going to audition. Come on now. And so he starts playing. He's a classically trained pianist. So he starts playing a little bit of something and we just riff off or whatever. And he was like, okay, cool. Now I get your range, I get your sound, I get your feel, I get all of that. I've got the perfect song for you. We recorded within an hour and the song sounds amazing. And he says, now he's excited and everybody in there is like, oh my God, this is going to work. La, 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 la. This is what I'm going to do with you. I'm going to call Dave and I'm going to tell him this and this and this and this. This is what we're going to do. We've got a whole plan. And then the creative direction of the album, we start clashing then. Like he even has another house in New Jersey. He's like, I'm going to put you there. This is what we're going to do. I'm going to put you with a band. You're going to rehearse. And what we're going to do is I'm going to host a night at a club. And I'm going to invite music executives and whatever. You're going to put up a performance. And he's like, one of them is going to bite. Trust me. We're going to put up a performance. And when all of that is supposed to happen, we start having a clash with the musical direction. My locks start being a problem. Certain things start being a problem.
You must cut them. Change your look.
Yeah, it was just like kind of changing my looks. I had to be more like a sassy vibe, and I'm not sassy. You know, I'm very Lauryn Hill. I'm very intense. I don't do that.
And that's what they wanted you.
You know, the sassy. You know, so I was like, nah, I'm more creative. I'm more artistic. I'm more of an artist than that vibe. So all of that started becoming a bit of an issue. And now, 250 in New York. How much did my label give me? About 250K. Yeah, 250K is in New York is nothing.
250K of the label's money to try and divorce them, basically.
Yeah,
in New York.
Yeah.
And then I'm assuming things don't work out, and at some point now the money's gone. Yeah. You come home and they're like, your house is
I
gone.
come home and then it's like the bank is like, Sisi, come on, And now all of this is happening. And remember, I'm still recovering from the trauma as well. And it's a lot of things that I just was feeling very out of balance about my life, and I'm not thinking straight, because there's a lot of things I could have done with that home. I could have not moved back into the house. I could have rented it out again. And I think I did try that, and then the family just kind of, it was an African family, and they just vandalized it. They vandalized the home. They had too many people in the home, and it was just crazy. And I couldn't handle that situation as well. And I was just tired. I was just tired. I couldn't think.
How did you survive in Limpopo, where you're not gigging, you've lost your house?
Yeah.
Was mom taking care of you because you're a mom at the time?
No. I have royalties still.
Yes.
Yeah, I still would get my royalty check because I'm a singer. I write my music. So, and even me disappearing from the game, my music was still being played a lot.
Yeah.
You know. So yeah, my royalty checks were just helping.